We can now speak to LA residents Orly Israel and eyewitness Tanner Choles, who are live from Santa Monica in California for us this evening. Thank you so much to both of you for joining the show. Orly and Tanner, you both had to run out of the house to escape the fire. Tell us about that, and are you both now safe?
Yeah, currently we are in Santa Monica at a friend's house. It was a very eerie sight. We were both pretty calm and just like trying to do our best with what was given to us at the time. Originally, we went up to scope out the fire along Toluca Canyon. And so as the fire crept closer, Orly's house was just down the road. And so as the flames were getting closer, I was like, hey, man, we're gonna go and we should take care of your house. And so we went down there and started fireproofing the house as much as we could. So like, dousing it with water, getting anything flammable off of the deck and the backyard and that kind of thing. But eventually the flames it was just too much and we had to leave.
Yeah.
Orly, it was your house that you had to try and fireproof there, as Tanner just said. Do you know what condition it is in, or have you heard anything at all?
It wasn't in great condition when we left, and I have only heard from some people that left after us that the whole street was just on fire. Every tree was exploded when we'd left. And I'm optimistic, but, the house isn't burned down until I hear it's burned down.
Well, you must be so relieved to be alive and at safety now. How are your friends and neighbors doing?
Well, I think that I can either come out of this as the person whose house burned down, or come out of this as the person who discovered how resourceful and how connected this community was. I haven't had this much communication and connection with so many people that have reached out. I feel surrounded by love and support, and I'm sure that other people in the neighborhood feel the same way. And even though we may have lost every material thing we have gained or kept the realization that the people around us are here to support us, and we'll get through it.
Community positivity at a time like this is so important. Many people are saying that they've never seen wildfires like this. We know California is prone to this sort of thing. In your experience, have both of you ever experienced anything along these lines?
Yeah, I was talking to a local guy who lived here for like 50 years, and he said he's never seen anything quite like this. I do know from the National Weather Service here in the U.S., they're calling this the windstorm of the decade. And so these kind of winds of, gusts up to 70 to over 100 miles an hour. I don't know what it is in km, but it's quite significant for this area, even though we're used to like wildfires and that kind of thing. But something of this caliber has not been seen in years. And so I've never experienced anything close to this. And it's been jarring, to say the least. It's been insane to experience.
Over 30,000 people have been...
Like
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I've lived here all my life, haven't seen anything like this.
Well, I'm glad that you're both safe. Over 30,000 people have been evacuated from their homes as fire services attempt to tackle the blazes. What was the temperature and the atmosphere and the moment like for both of you? And what were authorities saying to you when the fire was becoming increasingly closer?
Well, we didn't see any authorities. We saw one fire truck as we were leaving, but it was mostly civilians with garden hoses fighting small fires. And we left because it was just too hot. Our faces are burned, my eyebrows, my eyes are still stinging because the fire was just, we stopped fighting the fire when we couldn't go near it because it was so hot and we couldn't reach it with the garden hose. And that was just time where we fought the battle.
Yeah, and I also felt like we were, some might think that it was a little bit foolish for us to even stay there that long, but I'm a storm chaser. I've been chasing for 16 years. I've been around different fires as well. And I just knew that with the way the winds were and everything, that we were in a good position up until we had to leave. We had plenty of escape routes going south down the ridge. But it was, yeah, it was the sound of just homes literally being engulfed in flames, or just whole brush piles just igniting all at once, is something that I'll never forget. It was insane.
Yeah.
I would just like to say thank you to both of you for joining us this evening and bringing us your story. I hope that you're both safe. LA residents Orly Israel and eyewitness Tanner Choles, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.